All right, 4.7 talks about health and wellness. So we're going to talk about by the end of this one, you should be able to identify health and wellness considerations for children. So our 4.7 question, essential question, is how can you ensure the health and wellness of children? You know the drill by now. Pause, write down the essential question, come back when you're ready. All right, so some signs and symptoms of childhood illnesses. Breaking news, these are the same signs and symptoms that you get when you're sick, okay? Fever, lack of energy, difficulty breathing, persistent cough, severe headache and dizziness, prolonged diarrhea, constipation, vomiting, or anything else that's not typical of a child. Now, keep in mind, sometimes people are like, why are we talking about these things? Not every child is going to be able to tell you that they are sick. Okay? It just doesn't happen all the time. So, especially with super young children, they don't know the vocabulary, they don't know how to tell you how they're feeling. So, you have to be looking for the signs. So, childhood immunizations. Childhood immunizations prevent communicable diseases. Communicable diseases are diseases that can be passed from one person to another. Things like chickenpox or COVID or the flu. Those are communicable diseases. Immunizations can help protect people from them, okay? So what happens is the person is given a shot or other form of vaccination of a weakened small amount of a disease so that the body can build up a resistance to it. Now, we're not going to get into the whole, there are a lot of people who have strong feelings about vaccines. This is what you need to know, okay? I'm just also going to explain why it's recommended that children get vaccines, okay? So, when babies are born, it's recommended that they get specific vaccines within the first few weeks of life. I shouldn't say few weeks, first few months, okay? To protect them from diseases that they can get from other people. Usually during the first little bit, baby is mostly spending time with mom and dad and immediate family. After that, they get put into the real world. Like mom and dad might take them to the grocery store or things like that, right? Their world gets a little bit bigger. Now, usually around kindergarten or preschool, kids are suggested to get more immunizations. That's because their world is expanding. Okay? They now have a new kindergarten or preschool class with other kids from other families that they might not have been around all the time. So they have a higher chance of getting sick from those kids. Then again, usually when kids are going into middle school or junior high, they're suggested to get more immunizations. That's because they're going from their small elementary school to a bigger high school, bigger junior high, right? And getting more involved, right? They're coming into contact with more people than they ever had before at the elementary level. Same thing with high school. There are some things that they suggest that high schoolers get to prevent because their world is getting bigger. Okay. Now, like I said, we're not going to debate this. You can believe whatever you want to believe. You need to know that the purpose of immunizations is to prevent communicable diseases, and that a communicable disease is something that can be passed to somebody else. Okay. That's the basics. All right. I'll see you in the next one.